So I started to think about what I wanted to do next. I had three things that I wanted from my new role. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Career School. You may have noticed, but I recently started a new role within Amazon. I used to work in the consumer electronics marketing team on the retail side, but I started a new role in the payments team. This is my third role within my 2.5 years of experience at Amazon, and I'm super excited about the new challenge. Just like how I rotated, thousands of Amazon employees rotate from one role to another every 1 to 2 years of time. However, I noticed that people, including some Amazonians, do not know either about the rotation as a whole or how to approach it. So in this video, I would like to share an overview of rotation, how the rotation works, my experience of rotating, and tips for successful rotation within Amazon. Let's dive in. Let's start with the overview. As Amazon, it is common to see people rotate from one role to another every 1 to 2 years, and we usually call this rotating or rotation. There are so many reasons why people rotate. The common ones that I heard from people were like, want a new challenge, want to get into a new job function like product management, I want to get into more tech-focused role, and many more. The good news is that there are so many different opportunities within Amazon that you don't need to leave the company for your career growth. I saw many of the rotations happening in Q1, and I think that is because orgs usually have their plans set up beginning of the year and post job openings accordingly. Rotating is a good practice for Amazonians who want something new but don't want to leave the company, and good for the company as well, as they can retain good talent by providing new opportunities for them. Now let's find out how people do this. At Amazon, you are the owner of your own career. This may sound obvious, but it means that you have to navigate your way to find a new role, just like how you do it when you are job searching for another company. First step is identifying what you want to do. There are so many things to consider, but the top 3 things you must consider when you're looking for a new role is 1, org or the industry, 2, the role, and 3, the location. First one is org or industry. Do you want to be in the same org or industry as you were before, or do you want a completely new challenge? Do you want to be in retail? Do you want to be in devices? Do you want to be in cloud services? The good thing about Amazon is that there are so many things that you can explore. Second one is role. Do you want to start something completely new? Are you interested in supply chain, product management, marketing? As you probably guess at this point, but whatever org you are looking at, it is very likely that the options are pretty much there. One thing you should also consider is, do you want to be an individual contributor or a people manager? Third one is location. This may not be as important as before, as we tend to continue to work from home, but location should be something you should definitely consider. Also note that international rotation is also a possibility. Coming back to the whole process, second step is the search phase. Once you're clear with what you want to do next, it is time to search for roles in Amazon's internal job portal. Amazon's internal job portal looks exactly the same as the external version, but has a bit more detail like job level, hiring manager information, and more. Third step is the coffee chat phase. This will be the so-called checking out the vibe phase, I would say. Once you find the role you're interested in, you will request coffee chat with the hiring manager to chat about the role and the work. You ask questions that you may have, learn about the role, and most importantly, chat with the hiring manager to check out the vibe. The fourth step is the application and interview phase. Yes, we do full loop interviews with internal rotations as well. The setup may be different by team, but I usually recommend preparing for the interview just as you prepare for your first Amazon job interview. Again, this may vary by team, but you usually have 4 interviews, just like the full loop with that team. Fifth step is the decision phase. After all the interviews are done, the hiring manager will get back to you with a decision, usually within a week. Obviously, it can be either an offer or not, but if you get the offer, you will get a few days to make that final decision. Once you accept the offer, your current manager and your future manager will discuss your starting date. It may depend, but my understanding is that your manager can hold you up to 2 to 3 weeks at your current role so that you can start transitioning work you had to others in the team. Wow, that's a long process. Now, let me share my experience of rotating to a new role. Although I was in 2 roles for the first 2.5 years since I joined Amazon, I was in the same org for the whole time. Felt like I wasn't really growing and wasn't sure if I wanted to stay in retail for the long run. So I started to think about what I wanted to do next. I had 3 things that I wanted from my new role. One is becoming a people manager. 2 is having a global scope, and 3 was in a marketing role. I started looking for roles for a while, but wasn't able to find something that I really liked. I think I had more than like 20 coffee chats during this time and interviewed with 3 of them. At the end of the day, I got the offer for my current role and decided to join the team as it had all the 3 elements that I wanted from my new role. This sounds pretty simple, but it wasn't that at all. There were so many moving pieces. I spent so much time chatting with hiring managers, preparing for the actual interview, and also doing my actual job at the same time. Also, I was super picky when it came to finding the role, and that didn't help me at all. Anyway, I'm super happy about my new role, and I think it all kind of paid off. Now, my tips for rotating internally. Number 1, have regular career chats with your manager to share your career plan and set expectations. By doing this, you can check if there is something within the org that you can grow, share your thoughts on what you want to do next, timing, and more. Number 2 is don't formally apply for the role before there's a decision made, especially if your manager is not supportive of your rotation. Application process is pretty much the same as you apply for a role as an outsider versus as an insider. But by hitting that apply button, your manager and HR team will immediately get an email saying that you apply for that specific role. This may lead to unwanted outcomes. Some hiring managers will allow you to finish the whole interview and provide with you the decision without formally applying for the role. So I would definitely ask the hiring manager to see if this is a possibility. Number 3, interview for more than one role when you're looking. It is likely that hiring managers are interviewing with multiple candidates, so you should also interview for more than one role. Also, I want you to have that opportunity to choose what is right for you than not having an option at all. Number 4, do your due diligence. Ask other people to get to know about the org, team, and most importantly, to get to know about the hiring manager. You want to make sure that you know what you are signing up for. Yeah, so that was it for today. Thank you so much. I wanted to provide you some insight on the Amazon internal rotation and everything. So hopefully this was helpful, and see you on my next content. Thank you.